Fabian Sinelli.
And Troy Ellis here with your market wrap for January and February of 2020.
Now, Troy, it's great to see so early on in the year that our numbers have started to pick up from this time last year. So across January and February this year, we have conducted as a business 127 auctions, which is great numbers across the board. And we've seen a clearance rate of 83%, which is incredibly strong. That, of course, includes sold priors and sold within 3 clear business days after the auction. But what's really important to take note from those stats is that compared to this time last year, we're up 20 auctions as a business, and we're also up 16% in our clearance rate, which is great to see.
They are great numbers. It's also exciting to see that agents are jumping on board and auctioning properties earlier in the year. And by making that decision, are seeing some great dividends as well. Obviously, there's some increased buyer confidence around, interest rates remain low. And we have a couple of success stories to share with you, and I'd like to kick off if I can, Faves.
Absolutely, Troy. Go for it.
5 Hardeep Place in Heathmont, this auction. On the 15th of February at 2 p.m. It was an absolutely fantastic one. Randy Navaratney from Upside Real Estate ran an exceptional campaign resulting in 5 bidders. The property selling for $1,111,000. That was $241,000 above the reserve. You can check out the video as well on our Facebook page. It has had over 7,000 views already. And we want to say a massive congratulations to Randy and the team at Upside. They are fast becoming a force to be reckoned with in the Melbourne property market.
They sure are, and congratulations, Randy, and to the whole team at Upside again on that stellar result, not to mention the stellar results that you've all been achieving as a business. Now, our second success story, Troy, this one is going to blow you away. Upcoming sales superstar, Jack Rickard from Ray White Ferntree Gully. I was absolutely blown away by this auction. It was not only an obscure month of the year to conduct an auction, but an obscure time slot as well, and to put the cream on top of the cake, it was also in a suburb that is non-auction orientated. So let's get into this. Wednesday, the 22nd of January at 6:30 p.m. in Listerfield. Address there, 14 Major Crescent in the heart of Listerfield. This was an absolutely astonishingly well-run campaign by Jack. Now, Jack's been honing his craft over the last couple of years, Troy, and shadowing one of the elite agents of the country, Ben Thomas, as I'm sure a lot of our agents have heard of. Now, with Jack learning his craft on the auction process, he was confident that when he was going to run one of his first auctions, that he would do it so well, and so well he did. So Jack managed to conjure up 12 registered bidders at this particular property, 6 of them competing rapidly for the property. Now, it ended up finally selling for $1,170,600, which was $190,600 above the owner's written reserve price. But what I simply cannot believe is how well Jack, in arguably his first year running auction campaigns, did this. He managed to conjure up so many bidders and get them to bid rapidly at the auction in, I just want to echo, obscure month, obscure time slot, and an obscure suburb, not a non-auction orientated suburb. So for agents watching this, please believe that if you run the process well enough, you are sure to get a great price for your vendor. Well done to Jack and the whole team at Ray White Ferntree Gully.
Absolutely, an amazing effort. Now, Faves, one of the things that I really enjoy are your hot tips.
Okay.
So have you got one for us?
It's always my hot tips. Well, this one is a great one. I believe a lot of the agents are going to get a lot of value out of this. And we were actually discussing this before, Troy, you and I. But as the market starts to pick up. Now, I don't feel we're in a recovered stage just yet. I feel we're in a recovering stage. There's a big difference there. So for the agents watching this, it's going to get increasingly easier for your vendors at listing appointments to lift their prices for properties. It's very crucial to be mindful that when you're speaking to your vendors, keep their price in line with the market's expectations, because if the vendors do lift their prices and you promise your vendors that you can achieve this in a rising market, more than likely it's going to lead to disappointment, and we don't want that. So it's really important to let your vendors know that as stock levels are on the rise, it means the buyer load is going to be spread and the demand for the vendor's property isn't going to be as high. So it's really important to convey that message to your vendors in order to make sure their property sells on auction day, or even with private treaty for that matter. Yeah,
well, that is a great tip. We just want to also say a massive thank you to all of our clients who have entrusted us to call your auctions so far in 2020. We look forward to partnering with you for the remainder of the year and certainly into the future. And if you are interested in having us work with you, please get in touch with EYS Auctions today.